Welcome to the Freedom Chronicles.
Definitely an antisocial type.
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
Here you go, more negative waves. Have a little faith, baby. Have a little faith.
You wanted law and order in this town. You've got it.
Only a few generations have been granted the role of defending freedom in its hour of maximum danger.
Listen, hotshot, I'm going to tell you something right now. I don't care for you or for the putrid sludge you're troweling out.
In this present crisis, government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
Wolverines!
We got a loudspeaker here, and when we go into battle, we play music very loud. It kind of calms us down.
Hi, perhaps you recognize me. It's your favorite president.
Why don't you say something righteous and hopeful for a change?
In the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Freedom Chronicles. My name is Mike Imbasciani. I am your host, and it is good to be here. Thank you so much for joining us on another episode. I believe this is episode 20 here, and we're having a good time doing it. With me, as always, is the wonderful co-host whose birthday is tomorrow. We give him applause, Mr. Ken Lovejoy.
Thank you.
How are you, sir?
Thank you very much. Well, I got to tell you, I'm on vacation this week.
Yes.
And so I was lackadaisical today. I slept in. I got to the pool late, so I didn't get to my usual show prep. 3 shots of tequila and some fentanyl-laced cocaine.
Right.
So I don't know how it's going to go. I just want to apologize to everybody in advance.
It's okay. We're here. We're having a good time. And we are, of course, broadcasting from the Brian Chapman State Farm bunker right here in Southwest Florida. And like a good neighbor, Brian Chapman State Farm is there for all of your insurance needs that you have for your very own bunker in this time of Russian invasion.
You might consider one.
Yeah.
Of course, above ground here in Florida.
Yeah. I mean, you can dig down, but you're going to have a pool immediately. Yeah. Give his office a call at 941-625-9998 or visit the office at 2040 Tamiami Trail in Port Charlotte. And we're here in the bunker in Southwest Florida. Things are happening, and today is your dad's birthday.
It is my dad's
today
birthday.
Is March 16th. Yes.
I see my dad and my sister was born on the 16th today. Happy birthday, Vicky. We get along great because we don't keep in touch at all. And my mom was born on the 30th. My late grandfather was born on the 31st. My little brother on July. So
we don't count him.
No.
And your birthday, of course, St. Patrick's Day.
Hey, that's why you got the
Happy
green
St. Patrick's
green
Day.
cap on.
Yeah. And if
and I am Irish.
I'm a 25% Irish.
Yeah, I'm got to be that. My grandmother, 100%.
Nice.
Last name was Ennis, born in Ennis, Ireland.
Very
and
cool.
She married a French, German, English guy.
Nice. I'm Italian.
Yeah, I know.
That's what we talk about.
Yeah, the last name is kind of dead giveaway.
Right, just a little bit. Yeah. Well, folks, a lot has happened in the last week here.
Yes.
This show should really be daily, but nobody's got time for that.
No.
We have our good buddy, Mr. Zelensky, and we have our picture of Zelensky from the Ukraine. Look at that, showing off those guns.
Should we be playing like a holy choir behind anything with Zelensky in it?
Well,
she's a guy, so.
But he does enjoy his high heels, though.
He does.
Go find that music video.
Yeah.
It is there.
Yeah.
I love the meme. I should have sent the meme. I always think of things to put in the show while the show's going on. Maybe we'll add it in post. Probably
with
not.
me,
but
that
okay.
happens. That happens with arguments with my ex.
Oh yeah, right.
You always remember later what you should have said.
Right. And when you're in the shower crying. I should have said that. It would have been fun.
I should have said that.
But I'm sure Zelensky's thinking about that now because he spoke today to Congress.
What's he want?
This morning, Wednesday morning here. Ukraine's probably.
Jets,
he wants a no-fly zone.
No. No,
you don't get a no-fly zone.
You want a war with Russia, essentially.
Yeah, right.
Is that what you're asking?
And
how have no-fly zones worked? Let's go back to Iraq. How did that no-fly zone work? Well, it lasted 13 years.
Yeah.
And how many times was it abused? And what were the oil for food programs?
The red line is here. The red line is here.
Yeah.
The red line is here. Don't cross the red line. The red line's over here. Don't cross the red line.
I'm sorry.
Nobody listens to the red line, and it doesn't matter.
And nobody pays attention to the history that got us here. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry. There are zero good guys in this entire scenario. Zero. 2014, we, the United States, through McCain and Obama, engineer a coup in Ukraine.
It's just
to
showing,
get rid.
It's another way that McCain is coming back to haunt us from the grave here.
Hey, I spoke ill of him when he was breathing. I'll speak ill of him now. It's true.
Yeah.
It's all there. Epoch Times had a piece on it yesterday, and then we already rehashed what Obama and Dick Lugar did in Ukraine in subsequent years, gutting their military, getting rid of all of their arms, and now here we are. You've got American oligarchs laundering their money in Ukraine. Ukraine, one of the top 4 most corrupt nations in the world.
Yeah, and even more corrupt than Russia on that list.
Zelensky runs on he plays a character on Ukraine television fighting corruption. So he runs in real life as somebody who's going to fight corruption and then doesn't fight corruption.
At least Trump had a good TV show.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And was corruption fought? No. Everything was
just
the same
got quieter.
Smell. Everything that has happened since 2014, everything that Putin has done since 2014 has been in response to everything he told the Ukraine and the West. Don't do this.
Yeah.
These are my conditions. There will be a buffer between us and NATO. And McCain was trying to get him into NATO. So what's he do? He goes to Ukraine and annexes that. But again, say what you will, the people in Crimea, mostly ethnic Russians, voted for it. They wanted it. The history's there to tell us how we got here, and we're the ones responsible for why we're here.
Yeah, and it's very sad that this is what's happening. And the meme I mentioned that's been circulating the internet is, I do not stand with Russia, I do not stand with Ukraine, I do not stand with the U.S. government and what they're doing, and I do not stand with NATO and the UN. Or the EU, because they're all corrupt and they're all, doing handshakes and backstabbing behind everybody's back everywhere, all these deals to do these things. And it's all corrupt and it all needs to stop. There are no good guys in this situation. No. And with what Zelensky is talking about in this in his speech today to Congress, of course, he's trying to guilt America into a war.
And that's the whole thing. It's all emotion with these guys.
Exactly. And I think it's important for people to hear what was said. Friends, Americans, in your great history, you have pages that would allow you to understand Ukrainians. Understand us now when we need you right now. Remember Pearl Harbor, terrible morning of December 7th, 1941, when your sky was black from the planes attacking you. Just remember it. Remember September the 11th, a terrible day in 2001 when evil tried to turn U.S. cities into battlefields. What? When innocent people were attacked from air, just like nobody else expected it, and you could not stop it. Our country experiences the same every day right now. Russia has turned the Ukrainian sky into a source of death for thousands of people. Russian troops have already fired nearly 1,000 missiles at Ukraine, countless bombs. They use drones to kill us with precision. This is a terror that Europe has not seen for 80 years, and we are asking for a reply, for an answer to this terror from the whole world. To create a no-fly zone over Ukraine to save people, is that too much to ask? Yes. If you want it, do it yourself. You're at war with Russia. For us, U.S. to put a no-fly zone above Ukraine would be for U.S. planes to attack Russian planes, and for the U.S. to be at war against Russia, and that is nothing but an escalation that is completely unnecessary.
Zelensky isn't thinking it through.
No, he's not.
Because, we got the no-fly zone, so we're essentially at war with Russia. So what's that turn Ukraine into? The battlefield.
Right.
And I think
so. It would only get worse in Ukraine.
Sadly, I think the U.S. is just things were ramping down in the Middle East. Let's go fight a 20-year protracted engagement, insurgent engagement in Ukraine. I think that's what they're looking for, because everything they're doing is only escalating.
And it comes from more than the Democrats. It comes from all the Rhino Republicans, who I will get to. I'll get to the Rhino Republicans later.
All of a sudden, we're supposed to just be, let's go to war. Let's go to war. Let's go to war. Yeah. What the hell is wrong with these?
Not only that. Just the people, obviously there's no more COVID anymore, so people have to come up with something else to do.
You need a Russian vaccination.
Right, yeah. Don't forget your little yellow and blue ribbon. Don't you want to wear the ribbon? No, I don't want to wear the ribbon.
You must wear the ribbon.
I don't want to wear the ribbon.
Why don't you want to wear the ribbon?
Because I don't want to wear the ribbon.
You will wear the ribbon.
You can't make me wear the ribbon.
He doesn't want to wear the ribbon.
Watch Seinfeld, folks. Seinfeld is life. Anyway, but Russia's being canceled around the world, especially right here in the U.S.
And who thought that? Russians are the new Jews.
I know.
We thought it was white boys.
I know. Well, they'll get to us once they're done with Russia. But there are a couple stories here that just have to be talked about. And I love, of course, it speaks true to my heart when places like China go and ban Winnie the Pooh. It's very sad.
You have a Winnie the Pooh sippy cup?
It's a mug. It is quite a large coffee mug.
But there's not coffee in it, is there? There's juice.
It's peach Snapple that is very delicious.
You're not supposed to product mention. Just the fact that you got juice in a Winnie the Pooh sippy cup and thought that, that's very good. Look, it's getting canceled, Winnie.
Wait, poor little Winnie the Pooh's getting canceled. Anyway, but in Russia, of course, but it would seem that prosecutors in Russia have issued warnings to several foreign entities, and they've warned firms like Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Procter & Gamble, IBM, all canceling IBM. Russia, pulling out of Russia.
Sorry.
It's hilarious.
That's PR. Coca-Cola will probably do just what they did to the Nazis in World War II. Shh, we'll make you guys Fanta. Okay, we'll send you Fanta. And IBM, didn't they? I'm sorry, but seemed to me somebody like IBM was helping the Nazis out with their accounting practices.
Yeah, right. But some good news on Tuesday. The Russian government has officially placed Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, along with 300 other Canadian officials, on a blacklist, barring them
I really can't argue
any entry into the motherland because of Canada's sanctions in response to Putin.
We should do the same.
I know. Really. Can we blacklist Trudeau? I mean, Canada wants to blacklist Trudeau. But just this whole cancel culture is getting so insane. We'll I'm going to get in a second where it's starting to affect my local life here. But the Russian cancellations. But first, you may remember back on Friday they said Meta, the metaverse with Mark Zuckerberg and his sweet baby Ray's barbecue sauce.
Don't participate, folks.
Released that they were allowing Facebook users to call for the death of Russian civilians and of Vladimir Putin, of course.
So again, they're really trying to paint all Russians.
Oh yeah, they're all evil.
As evil that are that are worthy of being murdered and destroyed. You can mention that on Meta now.
See, Ken, if you had only said that about Russians, maybe you wouldn't have been erased.
I wouldn't have been erased from
Facebook. But it would seem that on Sunday, Meta has retracted such things and said on Sunday that it is further narrowing its content moderation policy for Ukraine to prohibit calls for the death of a head of state.
Somebody took offense, so we're rethinking our procedures a little bit.
It's just not nice.
We're going to circle back.
Yeah, we'll circle back on
change that.
But of course, Instagram has been banned now in Russia as well.
Probably not a bad idea.
Could say,
really. Again,
that's true. When TikTok should be banned everywhere.
TikTok, isn't Instagram enough? Why do you need TikTok? Why do you need to keep feeding the Chinese everything they want? The people on TikTok, it's just amazing to me. They fall for everything.
I know.
But
the top social influencers of TikTok met with Drools,
of course,
and he
which
said,
tells you again,
I want you to take your phones out and I want you to do a dance. Can you do a little dance and say, we stand with Ukraine. Get down tonight. Get down in Kiev. Or Kiev. And I don't know how supposed to say it. How do I say it? Saki, how do I say it?
It's sad, the whole thing.
It is. It's very sad. But getting even worse.
It gets worse.
It gets worse. I love this. It's people doing their part, Ken. People are doing their part where they can to stand in solidarity with Ukraine. It's so important to stand in solidarity.
Ladies and gentlemen, stand by for virtue signaling.
Yeah. But on Monday, a viral photo showed a sign asserting that the National Mustard Museum, yes, in Wisconsin, has removed all Russian mustards from being displayed as a show of support for the Ukrainian people. This photo reads, "The Russian mustards have been temporarily removed. They will return once the invasion of Ukraine is over and Russia recognizes and respects the sovereign nation of Ukraine."
I'm waiting for them to remove all South American goods.
Yes.
South American Mexican mustards.
Yes.
They're not recognizing our sovereignty.
No.
What about our sovereignty? Mustard Museum.
Yes.
And again, how petty and stupid is that?
Hi, look what we've done. We care.
Yeah. It's but of course critics took it as another piece of evidence that there is growing Russophobia in response.
What is this? It's Putin and Zelensky. It's the Ukrainian people.
They're all evil. Oh my God. But Barry Levinson, the former assistant attorney general for the state of Wisconsin and the founder and curator of the museum, wow, that's really moving up in the world, told the Daily Wire,
I love mustard,
that this was... You have to really love mustard.
Yeah, I really
Not
love
only
mustard.
to curate the museum, but to like anybody who goes to a mustard museum. First of all, somebody out there, do you go to a mustard museum?
We come all the way from Slovakia. My grandfather, he make mustard seed, grow mustard seed. We come to see mustard seed. Now they take the Russian mustard seed. My grandfather, Russophobia. Why you do this?
And so I'm sure Levinson just said, well, we got it in the back.
Levinson.
Levinson.
Doesn't that sound Jewish?
It's a little bit.
It could be.
It's a little bit.
Why would you do this?
The mustard, it's in the back.
Think, people.
Just take it off the shelf in the back and put it back. What are you doing? What are you doing? It's like you still have it. You're not burning it. You're not eating it because God knows that expiration date has come and passed.
We're actually giving this guy more time than
I know, but because I'm building up to the point.
Some people are going to go, hey, they got a mustard museum in Wisconsin. Let's go.
Let's go to that. It's
Pack
right
up
next
the RV.
It's right next to the Dairy Museum and the Cheese Museum. Oh man. It was never about showing hatred or discrimination against the Russian people, according to
what was it?
I know. What is it?
A condiment?
Yeah.
Really?
But
seriously?
And then of course you have in good old Montreal in Canada, the Montreal Symphony has dropped Russian anti-war piano prodigy after the musicians complained the money could go to Russia,
He could be sending part of his salary to Putin.
Yeah, he could.
So we got to fire him.
I know. But listen to this. The Montreal Symphony Orchestra, announced this week, last week now, the 20-year-old piano prodigy Alexander Malofev, a Russian citizen who opposes
Malofev.
Think
like Russian.
Yeah.
Alexander Malofev.
There you go. A Russian citizen who opposes the war in Ukraine and has family in the Eastern European nation has been canceled from upcoming performances because it would be insensitive to Ukrainian residents in Montreal, all 5 of them, to promote him during a time when Russia is invading Ukraine.
Man, you're really making me depressed that I didn't do my proper show prep.
Yeah, right. But listen to this. Malofev was scheduled to perform for the first time. He hasn't even performed once in the Sneaky Québécois.
Oh, the Québécois did this.
Yeah, on March 9th, which has come and gone, of course, with subsequent performances on March 10th and 13th. But of course, CBC Canada reported that several musicians complained about his presence.
Oh, come on.
In part because the money paid to him could wind up back in the Russian government's hand, therefore funding the war. Catherine Palega, a violinist with the Montreal Orchestra, was among those refusing to play with the Russian. Her partner has family in Ukraine. Quote, I don't think I could manage. With the fee that the OSM is paying him, the money will be returning to Russia no matter what. And folks, it comes all the way down to here in Southwest Florida.
She's going to be a little depressed when the tranny musician takes her spot.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Well,
she's a guy. So.
Yeah.
It's coming right here in Southwest Florida as well. I started playing a song, a very, very classic song. Everybody loves the Beatles. And this song was a very big hit. And, of course, back in the 60s, there were a lot of anti-war songs being written. I've played such songs, Eve of Destruction. You could say even when now woke rockers such as Neil Young, writing songs.
Back then it was all about free speech.
It was all about
love,
free speech. Bob Dylan.
Anti-war.
Anti-government, anti-corruption. What happened to these people?
What happened to them?
They get corrupted. And so when a song like this gets played, people get a little offended. So enjoy it. All right, here we go. Tomorrow to unpack my case. Honey, disconnect the phone. I'm back in the USSR. Don't know how lucky you are, boy. Back in the US, back in the US, back in the USSR. Ukraine girls really knock me out. The West behind. And Moscow girls make me scream and shout. Georgia's always on my Ukraine girls really knock me out. Leave the West behind. Moscow girls make me scream and shout. Georgia's always on my mind. Oh, show me around the Snowy Mountains way down south. Take me to your daddy's farm. Let me hear bells ringers ringing out. Come and keep your comrade warm. I'm back in the USSR. Don't know how lucky you are, boy. Back in the USSR. There you go, back in the USSR by the Beatles.
Yes.
Classic
Those
song.
Ukrainian girls really knocked me out.
And now they literally do.
Yes. They can. They come knock me out.
Yeah,
There's some beautiful. Have you seen the websites? No, but we have a.
They're banned in Russia now.
We have a large Ukrainian contingent.
Yes, right here in
just
Northport.
up the road in Northport. So we stand with the people of Ukraine. I do not stand with the Ukraine government at all.
I even wore my very nice Jerry Garcia tie that was yellow and blue.
Did you? Yeah, that's true. Yes, that's right.
She's standing with Ukraine.
But you pissed some people off, huh?
I did. This one lady, these people shall remain nameless. It's okay. Mike was great. This was when I played it about 3 weeks ago now. Mike was great tonight as usual, but back in the USSR isn't exactly an appropriate time to be singing that in light of the conflict in Ukraine. See, I beg to differ. It's in moments like this that you need songs like this. And the whole point of that song was to shine a light on it and to show the parody of it. And, you know, the Beatles were even mocking the Beach Boys.
Yes.
Talking about, good to be back in the USSR. No, it's not.
Yes.
So people need to realize these things and realize whether I'm playing a song or not.
Context, cracker. Context.
Yes.
And I think it all fits.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
No. I play Eve of
And
Destruction as well.
If you got offended, that's on you. That's not on Mike.
Exactly. And there was another woman who again shall remain nameless.
Oh my God.
At this gig, everybody was dancing, everybody having a good time, and she comes up at on the break and she goes, "Oh, you know, you really shouldn't be playing that song. The energy was here, and that just brought it down here
for her,
right? Because everybody else was dancing, having a good time. So you know,
sorry.
And how and I've obviously just started playing this song, and it's a fun song to play. And it's a good song. Who doesn't love the Beatles?
Who doesn't love the Beatles?
Exactly. That's a whole nother conversation. I mentioned it on your radio show last week, and you had people calling up. The Rolling Stones are better.
Stones are better.
Yeah, it's like you're missing the point, people.
Hey, I saw the Stones once.
Yeah, and the Beatles were better. But it's about what difference does it make, Hillary, if I play that song or not? You know, me not playing the song, saying we're not going to play the song because it stands in solidarity with Ukraine. Nobody cares.
Yeah, but again, there has been, I think, the media and the left, though I repeat myself, have really just gone out of their way in another effort of mass hysteria psychosis.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just been upping and upping and upping since COVID. And all
people keep just lockstep with the news. People who are watching the big three or PBS, CNN, MSNBC, and even Fox top of the hour news. Their block programming is different. I understand that, but their news division is just as left as the rest of them. And I think there is way too much propaganda. Haven't you seen the pictures, Ken? Yeah, I have. And
how many times have those pictures been shown that they're from 7 years ago?
Exactly. And terribly sorry, but for me, you're going to have to take the blankets off those bodies. I'm sorry. Just to, you know, and what about the Chinese one where the lady, the dude got doing a full live Chinese newscast, and they're supposed to have all these bodies out there, and this one guy's like unzipping it, and he's like trying to open it up, and the lady comes over and, you know, puts it down, so he's like holding it over the top of his head, and you can still see it. It's right there in the shot. Too much propaganda going on. Yes, Putin has invaded Ukraine, but you have to understand why he's done it. And I'm not siding with Putin, but we again have been the provocateurs in this entire situation since 2014. And
the whole point is, it's not our problem.
It really isn't.
It not really our problem, period.
And again, that you see so many people, again, brainwashed into focusing only on Ukraine, only on Ukraine and Putin, Ukraine and Putin, Ukraine and Putin, and whatever Biden says. Do you see what Lindsey Graham said about Biden? How he's like God put him here? What's wrong with him? They're warmongers on the right and the left here, and that people aren't focusing on the problems we have at home that are a hell of a lot more serious than something that doesn't even affect us. The inflation, gas prices were going up long before Putin invaded Ukraine.
But now it's $5 and it's because of Putin. No, it's because Biden has shut down all our own oil from here, from America. Period. End of discussion.
Slow walking any permits that he claims are available.
Right.
So I'm sorry. They missed their chance. It would have worked better for him if Putin would have invaded Ukraine about 6 months earlier than he did.
Right.
Then they could blame it all on.
Putin was going to invade under Trump. It's a good thing Trump wasn't in. Like, do you hear yourselves, people?
Why didn't Putin invade?
Right.
Just saying.
Time to move on.
Yeah.
But before we move on, folks, if you're enjoying the show, please leave us a real tip in our virtual bucket.
If you feel so inclined.
Yes, right there on Venmo at Mike-Imbasciani- the number 1, so we can get Ken a new hat
Hey, come on! I just got this. This is a Boston Scully, man. It's green
nice.
too for
it's
tomorrow,
for
my
St. Patrick's
birthday.
Day.
Yeah,
Yes, very nice.
Good to go.
Very nice.
And diss the hat. I don't make fun of that funky thing you wear on stage.
Yeah. And folks, you can send us feedback. Mike at MikeImbasciani.com. I'll read all the nice letters. I'll send the mean letters over to Lovejoy, and
I'll take care.
You can read those. And we want to wish,
Thick
of course.
skin.
Yes, we want to, of course, wish a very happy birthday today, March 16th, to Ken's father, Richard, and to Ken tomorrow on St. Patrick's Day. Happy birthday, sir.
Thank you
I've always
very much.
enjoyed,
Thank you.
We've celebrated a few of your birthdays together now.
Yes, we have.
Yes. And folks, you can come and hear my band, Mike Imbasciani and his Blues Rockers, play this weekend and hear Back in the USSR yourself live for St. Patrick's Day in Fort Myers Beach at Oliver's Place, 6 to 9. Friday, the 18th at Leroy's in downtown Punta Gorda from 9 to midnight. Ken's going to probably stop by there so you can give him your birthday wishes. And
is that Friday?
That's
this Friday
already.
at Leroy's?
Yeah.
All right.
There you go. He'll bring his little stamp and he'll stamp your forehead.
Wherever you want, ladies.
Yes. Saturday, March 19th during the day at the Twisted Fork, Burt's Black Widow Harley Davidson in Port Charlotte, 11:30 to 3:30 with special guest Jeremy Roberts on guitar. So that'll be fun having some dueling guitar. And then Saturday the 19th at night at TJ Carney's in Venice, downtown Venice from 8 to 11. And then Sunday, the 20th at the Naughty Perry Dock Bar, Fort Myers Beach, from 4:30 to 7:30.
Yeah.
I would have worn a more green shirt, but
how's that going?
Is
he still kind of doing the?
I don't know. I don't talk about it.
Virtue.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
We don't get into it.
Ukrainian drinks.
Yeah,
Ukrainian drinks.
Pour the vodka.
Ukrainian flag in
the drain.
In your drink.
Smirnoff.
All right.
Anyway, and then the next Simply Clapton show is coming up on Tuesday, April 12th at Vasani in Port Charlotte.
Yes.
Doors open at 5:00. Get your tickets now. I think there's less than 90 tickets available now. Vasani.net.
Oh, cool.
It's filling up, almost sold out. Go check it out. And
it's a good show.
It's a lot of fun. Yes. And Michael Bear is going to be the keyboard player for that show coming up in April.
Is he different than the one he had last year?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And we're working on some other tunes to add to the show. So even if you came to the first show, you can come to the second show and hear some different songs. So it's going to be.
He's got a wide variety to choose from.
I know. Yeah. Decades upon decades of music to choose from. And if you're watching this on CTA, make sure you share all the CTA fun stuff. You can find that on CTVA.tv, and make sure you go to Rumble and subscribe to the Freedom Chronicles Rumble page and share that with your friends as well. Ken,
this is weird. I was going to talk about something else, but this popped up.
We have breaking news. What do you want? What do you
this Sundance threw this up on Conservative Treehouse, and this is really weird. Wow! In a very creepy public presentation today, President Drools was highlighting the extension of the, quote, Violence Against Women Act. And Biden went through the stages of shouting, then whispering as he delivered remarks about abuse and exploitation based on gender.
Will not be tolerated.
In part of his remarks, and trust me, the entire remarks were seriously disturbing. Joe Biden said, and I quote, I'll bet everybody knows someone somewhere along the line that in an intimate relationship, what happened was the guy takes a revealing picture of a naked friend or whatever and in a compromising position and then literally, in a sense, blackmails them or mortifies them. Maybe it's my own naivete here, folks, but I don't know a single person that this relates to in my entire life. Of course, a lot of my single history was before digital photography on phones. But I never took any pictures.
He was sitting there sketching.
Nobody's taking any pictures of me.
Paint me like one of your French girls.
Well, you know.
She's a guy.
They had hidden cameras. Perhaps it says something about the culture in and around D.C. That sexploitation is such a familiar topic. Regardless, if these comments were in his teleprompter, not off the cuff.
Who wrote that
tells
down?
us a lot about the people surrounding the office of the president, and that's not good. That's not good. This and we're supposed to be the good guys here.
Yeah,
it's not. No. Most of this stuff, forget it. Half you out there get it, half you don't.
Yeah,
and trust me, if you don't get it now, if you don't understand the propaganda and everything going on, if you don't believe it, then it's not really worth getting into the argument with you. Let's just agree to disagree.
Yeah, exactly.
On a brighter note, DeSantis is rising in previously deep blue counties here in Florida.
I bet you Mason Weaver has something to do with that too.
Miami-Dade. Well, he's working hard in Broward.
Yes.
He's doing the Lord's work over there, I'll tell you that. But maybe he's down in Miami-Dade. I haven't talked with him in the last couple of weeks. But Hillary Clinton carried Miami-Dade by 30 points in 2016. Andrew Gillum, you remember Andrew?
Oh.
Andrew.
That motel room does.
Yeah. Those towels had to be burned.
Yeah, those stains don't come out easily.
What I should say, but won't.
Well, she's a guy. So.
Yeah. Won it by Gillum won it by 21% in 2018. Even Biden won Miami-Dade by a little more than 7 points. However, after a year of Democrat leadership in D.C. At this national level, the Democrat stronghold could become a purple county, according to Breitbart. New polls showing DeSantis with a plus 7% approval rating in Miami-Dade over the Democrats. Plus 7. That's huge in Miami-Dade. Worthy of a Freedom Chronicles round of applause.
Yes, it does. Yes, it is. I gave it to him when you first mentioned DeSantis, but he gained.
Yeah, well, just when you say DeSantis, he automatically get the
DeSantis.
It's triggered. It's an AI thing.
Right.
Program.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't know. You know, I was talking about this with another political friend of mine, and he suggests that I don't know that DeSantis is going to run in 2024. I don't know. That's not to say that I don't think DeSantis will get asked to be VP.
Right. Which he should start as that once he terms out as governor of Florida.
I don't think, because I don't think, I think there's probably going to be a discussion about that, because you would hate to see, because Trump's going to play to win.
Yeah.
Which means, it's going to get Tom Cruise-ish or Ted Cruz-ish. He's going to go after him, just like he did to Lion Ted Cruz.
Yeah, right.
No energy jab.
Yeah, you don't want to see Trump turn against DeSantis.
That wouldn't be a good thing.
Because we're here to win. So I don't care. We could be friends. We'll be friends after, but I'm going to win today.
Well, and so I think that my opinion is DeSantis doesn't run, but gets asked to be VP once Trump wins the primary. Have you seen the twinks that the Republicans are possibly going to throw out there? What do you think? You think he's going to run in 2024?
I don't think he should run in 2024.
Who?
DeSantis.
Yeah, I agree.
When's the governor election? Is that 24 for him, or is that?
It's not this year, is it?
I don't think it's this year.
I should know.
I know you should, but you're on vacation.
I'm on vacation.
I don't read that much.
It's the hat.
So.
I don't know.
St. Patrick's Day vacation.
Anyway,
it looks blue because it's a green hat with the green screen.
I think it is. Maybe it is this. I think he does run for governor this year. It's just that the competition is so weak.
I know.
The Democrats have the only two names that are really going to stand out is Charlie Crist, who we refer to as Charlene Crist.
Well, she's a guy. So.
Yeah. And he has been every, I think, gender and political party nominee.
Right.
So
and hasn't he messed up Florida enough?
Yeah, but he's got better name recognition than Nikki Fried. Nikki Fried is a little Marxist freak show who's done a very poor job as ag commissioner, and she has used that position as a bully pulpit to spew Marxist hate against DeSantis.
And she's used it just to basically campaign, because at every gas pump you see her face, where it used to be just the sticker for the agriculture department. Now it's a big rectangle and it has her face on it as well. So it's like, vote for me, but now it's got the high gas prices, so they're going to go back to the circle.
Sadly, she looks too much like Gretchen Whitmer, the governor of Michigan. So I can't, there's just, no, it doesn't do anything for me at all. And once again, she's a Marxist. So regardless how pretty people think she is, once she opens her mouth, she destroys her beauty.
Yes, very sad. That's why we must keep DeSantis.
Yes.
Yes. In other news, And we have to get to this quick so we can get to our Patriot and Trader. Congrats, man, in true Joe Biden fashion.
What's that?
The 5 biological dudes who won 2021 women-only contests.
See?
Well, she's a guy.
Yeah. And the women don't. What's funny is liberal women just don't even understand.
Nope.
They're being canceled.
Yep. It's a very good article on Daily Wire. I recommend you go check out the whole thing, but I want to read part of it here. Roman Catholic Archbishop Fulton Sheen once said, quote, "To a great extent, the level of civilization can be measured based on the level of its womanhood," which is bad news for much of the Western world, because in 2021, it would appear all of our best women are actually biological men. As civilization goes to hell in a handbasket, it is difficult to keep track of all the latest leftist absurdities foisted upon the average citizen. To help document our decline, here are 5 biological men who won woman-only prizes. And of course, we're going to go to the top one here. USA Today's Woman of the Year. On Tuesday, the Daily Wire reported that Assistant Secretary of Health and Human Services, Rachel... Is it Levine? I don't really care. That's health and human services right there.
Come on, man. Let us know when you're going to do that. Oh.
Yeah. Every day across our country, USA Today's Women of the Year lead and inspire, promote, and fight for equity, give others a place to seek help and find hope. They are strong and resilient women who have been champions of change and courage.
They're not. It's deliberate chaos, yes.
Often quietly, but with powerful results, and often despite their own challenges. Some of the women may be familiar names, others may be new to you. Each has an inspiring and powerful story.
Well, she's a guy. So.
Yeah, my question to on several of these.
Yeah.
I don't. Is Rachel? Does she get the whole thing?
What's the technical term? There is a technical term.
Chobadichotomy?
Right. Yeah.
I believe that was right.
I mean,
I believe that was
nobody wants
Rush
to be the one
coined phrase.
Nobody wants to be the one to check to find out.
Yeah. But really, and look at Leah.
I know
the other one that you got coming up here. Well, I know you don't want to, but there again, hasn't had the operation. These don't seem to be very committed to the cause.
Number 2 out of 5 here, and these are the only 2 we're going to show you because I really don't want to look at any of the other ones. But New Zealand.
Oh, you like these one? Oh, jeez.
New Zealand Sportswoman of the Year. Oh, please don't zoom into it.
God.
Please don't zoom into it.
No. Oh,
she's a guy.
What? And we're supposed to, and we're wrong. Okay, I'll be wrong.
Last October, the Daily Wire reported that transgender weightlifter Laurel Hubbard, put it back up on the screen, who was the first male to female transgender individual to compete in a women's Olympic event, was named Sportswoman of the Year by New Zealand's University.
Aren't you putting the weightlifters picture up there? Isn't that the monster from Goonies?
You guys! Ouch. Oh, man. Anyway, go to Daily Wire, read the rest of the 5. I can't. I've puked in my mouth.
Hey, come on.
I'm good. At the end of the day.
Well, she's a guy.
Yeah. So, at the end of the day, they all are.
Yeah.
And some of them still completely.
Sad. Yeah, some completely. Just no bueno, man. No bueno. And other news, Tom Brady's back. Let's give it up for Tom Brady. Hey! There's a real man.
Gotta tell you, a week at home.
I'm back. Yeah.
I'm back.
well,
love her. Love the kids.
Yeah, I love the kids.
I'm back.
I'm back. Yeah. Somebody said, what was it, Babylon B, that said, I'd rather get hit by a 300-pound lineman than spend another whole day with my kids. So, yes, Tom Brady's coming back to Tampa for a 23rd NFL season.
Why not?
So he's got to end on top, man.
Look at his stats. Yeah, look at his stats.
And I love it. 40 days after he announced his retirement, he came back. these past 2 months, I've realized my place is still on the field and not in the stands with my wife. That time will come, but it's not now. Once I'm crippled, deaf, and blind,
yes,
I will go back. Even when you're married to someone like Giselle there, you got to go back on the field.
Well,
and he saw the high gas prices, and he was like, my retirement isn't going to cover this for too long. And
my signing bonus for next year covers my gas.
Yeah, exactly. And even his retirement lasted less time than the 99-day Major League Baseball lockout that is now over. I should give my trader to them, but baseball is dead.
Baseball's dead.
It's
USFL, baby.
I don't care. I really don't care. Ken, who's your Patriot of the week, sir?
That would be my father.
Yes.
My father.
Excellent. Happy birthday, Richard Lovejoy. Look at that. That is badass.
Stud,
right there.
Stud. He used to give me rides on that motorcycle. I would sit on the gas tank, and that was a 2-tanker, so I'd hold both gas caps as a ride. He was he rode motor for 8 years. He got promoted to patrol sergeant, and then he was a patrol sergeant and made lieutenant, and said he wouldn't take lieutenant unless he could be a patrol lieutenant because he loved being on the road.
Yeah, there you go.
Being a road cop.
Yep.
He was the first commander of the Spokane County SWAT team back in the early 70s. I should have grabbed one of those pictures, but they're at home. Those were cool.
Cool,
their gear, what they considered tactical gear back in 1973.
It's a football helmet.
Completely, no helmets at all.
Yeah, right.
Watch caps.
I hit him with my head.
With shotguns and M16s.
Yes.
But again, he retired as a detective lieutenant. Doing well up in Spokane, Washington. He's been my hero. He's my patriot.
Fantastic. And happy birthday to Papa Lovejoy.
Yep.
Very good. Mine goes out to the judge from the Jussie Smollett verdict reading. Juicy Smollett got his sentence. And I think we got the good picture of justice for Juicy here. But convicted hate crime hoaxer Jussie Smollett lashed out in court last Thursday after he was sentenced to 150 days in jail, 30 months on probation, and ordered to pay well over $100,000 in fines and restitution, declaring that he was innocent and that he was not suicidal. I'm not suicidal. I am innocent. If I did this, then it means that I stuck my fist in the fears of Black Americans in this country for over 400 years. And he took it. I love.
Fine.
I love.
You might need dentures.
And look at this. He wore.
You'll be fine.
Well, she's a guy. So.
But I love it. He wore his mask the whole time, and then to scream out, "I'm not suicidal," he took his mask off because obviously nobody can hear anybody.
And again, if we go back to when this all happened, he could have done a teary-eyed mea culpa and been let out on probation. None of this would have gone any farther.
Yes.
But this is what happens when you stick to a lie that everybody knows is a lie.
It was 4:00 in the morning in Chicago.
I needed a subway.
Yeah, and it was negative 12 degrees out. Anyway, his final quote before I read what the judge said, Juicy goes on, "Your Honor, I respect you. I respect the jury, but I did not do this, and I am not suicidal. If anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it to myself." And you must all know that. Yes. Anyway, I love the judge. The judge said to Juicy, quote, "You're just a charlatan pretending to be a victim of a hate crime, and that's shameful."
Bravo, Your Honor.
Bravo, Your Honor. Yes, I love it. One little page. Perfect.
That's it.
Anyway, who is your trader of the week,
trader? Actually, it's a couple, and this. Wow. You have a Jonathan Toby. Toebbe, and his Trump-hating teacher wife, Diana, were arrested for espionage charges in October. They had a BLM sign in their front yard.
Oh, she was a teacher, too. How nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Molding young Russian minds.
The couple was arrested for selling U.S. nuclear secrets to a foreign power, and they didn't sell it to one of our enemies. They went to Brazil, one of our allies at the time, because they did this during the Trump administration.
Of course.
And so Bolsonaro's Brazil, who is friendly with Trump administration at the
heads
time
up.
turned them right in.
Yeah.
And so
they still took the information, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, and the money too.
Yeah.
They took the information. You know, they sucked them in. They got
Right.
the FBI and I guess the CIA was involved to a certain degree in the investigation of it, and they got caught. And they're looking at 20 years each.
Yeah.
So they're my
good
true traitors.
There you go. The FBI doing something
Jonathan and Diane.
somewhat decent.
Jonathan and Diane are not going to get conjugal visits.
No.
Sorry.
At least not from each other. Mine, it goes out to 6 Republicans, but of course, all pretty much since McCain is leading his dirt nap, it goes out to Mittens, good old Mitt Romney of Utah. But 6 Republican senators voted against an amendment Tuesday that would eliminate the director of National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease, the NIAID position, which is held by Dr. Anthony Fauci. And senators voted on Kentucky Republican Rand Paul's amendment to replace the NIAID with 3 separate national research institutes on Tuesday.
Good.
Republican senators Richard Burr of North Carolina, Susan Collins, no shock, of Maine, Bill Cassidy of Louisiana, Lisa Murkowski of Alaska. Can't we just sell that? Can't we just sell that back to Russia so then we can start drilling for oil there?
How about
again?
we sell her to Russia?
That works too. Mitt Romney, of course, of Utah, and Jerry Moran, and he is a Moran, of Kansas, each voted against the amendment. The senators did not immediately respond, of course, to the Daily Wire's request.
They're compromised.
Yeah, it's sick. And of course, it was just released. A leaked GOP messaging guide urges senators to avoid Democrat-style attacks on Ketanji Brown Jackson, which of course is Drew's, not really his pick, but the pick for Supreme Court.
Well,
and so the traitor of the week goes out to all these rhino Republicans who shoot the country in the face with their blatant being a traitor.
Remove them.
Yes,
it's the voters
primary
can do
them,
it.
remove them. It's completely unnecessary.
Voters of Utah,
Yep.
voters of North Carolina, Lindsey Graham
Know who
of
you're
South
voting for.
Carolina, you voters out there, you've got to get rid of these people.
Yeah.
They are destroying
Get
this
rid of the
country.
corruption.
They're not Republican. They're not conservative. They are not serving their constituents in their best interests. And it's time you people stand up, rise up, vote correctly, and get them the hell out of office. There's got to be decent conservatives. Any conservative running against these rhinos is
better.
worthy
Yes.
of your money and your vote than these people right now. A vote for Mittens, a vote for Lindsey Graham. It's
Lindsey Graham.
Yeah, you're just voting for more treasonous, traitorous corruption.
Yep, and it's very sad. And tyranny will always die at the hands of freedom. Freedom and liberty are the ways to go. Thank you for watching the Freedom Chronicles, folks. Stay tuned every week for the gnawing on their skulls for the next episode of the Freedom Chronicles. Happy birthday, Ken.
Thank you.
Yes, have a happy St. Patrick's Day, folks.
You too.
Come out, go sing Back in the USSR at the next karaoke. Come see my band, Mike Imbasciani's Blues
Drink
Rockers.
Guinness, not green beer. No
exactly.
green beer. Don't
And
do it.
remember,
Well, she's a guy, so.
yeah, so stay away. Love America. See you next week.
You're watching Conservative Television of America, working hard to stick socialism where the sun don't shine.